Hey guys, welcome back. I am Stu, and this is Cliffside Castle for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic Time Twister Expansion. Local members of the Battle Reenactment Society are rather serious about their hobby. They've entrusted you with the job of constructing a Dark Age theme park on the grounds of Cliffside Castle. Your objective: to have at least 1,500 guests in your park. You must not let the park rating drop below 700 at any time. Okay. So there's the castle then. Not sure if I like the graphics compared to the original castle graphics in the first game on something like Crazy Castle. Okay, so no doubt there's the reenactment. Okay. Let's take a look at this castle. Okay, loads of buildings on the inside, so there's not a huge amount of space. Let's turn scenery off. Okay, so there's the park boundary then inside the walls. And as you can see, there's loads of pathing around the top of the walls, similar to Crazy Castle. Okay. Let's turn the scenery off. What have we got? We've got no transport rides. We've got some gentle rides. We've got not a bad selection of coasters to begin with, considering how much space we have, or considering how much space we don't have, I should say. The coasters that we've got are probably fine. Not a great selection of thrill rides. Some shops, some interesting ones. I'm not saying whether they're good or bad, but they're interesting. So I think we'll put all our research onto thrill rides. And then what are we? Okay, we're charging for entry. So usually I put the price up to around 40 to begin with. And then as soon as we spam enough rides down, the guests will pay. But considering this is a park where you need to get over 700 rating first of all, and then you need to keep it over 700, I'm going to leave it at 10 to begin with, and then I'll bring it up to 40 maybe once we've got the 700 rating. Yeah, I'll keep all the scenery. Some people might be shocked at that, but I will. But what I will do is I'll use no entry signs to stop the guests wandering up onto the ramparts. That's the walls. Stop them wandering up there, because they're only going to get lost and stuck if I let them up there. So I'm going to crack on. I'll see you soon. Halfway through March, year 1, I'm going to put it on fast forward. I've saved the game. I've put down some shops and some flat rides. Got some staff down. Got my no entry signs around the place. So what I'm doing now is I just want to get the rating up on over 700, so the timer will reset and then we can crack on with the building, because I don't see the point in building loads of things if we're going to fail the scenario really quickly, because sometimes you don't get the guests coming in, or it rains, or something happens and the rating is still quite low and you end up failing it. But hopefully we'll have done enough. So we got the tidiest park in the country award. That's cool. That should pump some extra guests into the park. We've had our first warning, so we've got 4 weeks to go. 3 weeks to go. Let's get the rating up. Almost at 600. We need it to get over 700. This rain might hamper us, unless a lot of the guests think that the umbrellas are... Let's put the park map down to free. Might get some guests thinking, oh, that's a bargain. We've got 7 days to go. It's going to be tight. And we've done it. There you go. So that's fine. And we've won another award. Wow, we've got 200 to go the first 2 months. Okay, so now we can carry on. We can save the game, we can carry on. Because we were down to the last, 7 days warning. If the game hadn't have gone over 700 rating, it would have closed the park and we'd have lost the game. So we'd have to have reset. That's why I save it after putting down what I think is enough to get over the 700, and then I carry on playing. So I'm going to crack on. I'll see you soon. October year 1, 800 guests in the park, so we're over halfway to the 1500 goal. We haven't had any issues with the rating. Starting to drop now as I say it, but generally we haven't had any issues. So we've got our flat rides here, got a roto drop, nice junior coaster there, Court Fool. All the people fighting there, that scenery, not the best. Circus just over there. So we're doing okay. Just over here then, got a couple of free fall drop towers and a flawless coaster. Is it? Yes. Wasn't sure if it was a stand-up then. It's a flawless coaster. Green Dragon. Only running the one train, simply because I want to get a few guests off the paths. So by running one train, that means we'll have more guests in the queue, but the throughput on it is decent enough and the queue line isn't long enough that we're going to have a problem with too many guests in the queue. So we only need 700 guests. Then I'm going to start plonking down a few more coasters, some shops and things like that, and I'll see you soon. Junior 2, 1100 guests in the park. We've got an inverted hairpin coaster there, the Torturer. Good stats, simple design, little maze just below it. Now with that, the guests go in and there's no real choices. All they do is they follow. It's a bit twisty and turny, but it's all one path leading to the exit. We don't want to overcomplicate things. We know how much they struggle with paths, let alone mazes. We've got some ATMs down, and I've got a oak barrel ride. It's a river rapids ride with a different graphical skin on it. So we're calling this the Witch Trials. And then we've got a wooden coaster then interacting with it. All this space over here is pretty much dead space really, with all the shops and with all the scenery and things like that. We might have to build some things over here. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. At the moment, we've got the green arrow, so the guest number is going up quite quickly. But we'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to crack on with the building. I'll see you soon. September year 2, we need 1,500 guests in the park without dropping under 700 rating. The rating's fine. It's on maximum. We're almost just over 50 guests away from the target. It did flatline just after I spoke to you last. So what I've done is I've just been dropping down some rides where I've got some space. So we've got an Enterprise in the corner there. We've got a Twist just down there next to the inverted hairpin. Been dropping some shops and things like that down. We researched shops, researched everything now, or everything that I want. A couple of more roto drops. Now with these, they're missing the top. So what happens, can't see anything because of the walls. What happens is it just spins. It doesn't go up and down, it just spins. But still gives you some decent stats. But hopefully doesn't cause as much puke. And then what I've done just over here then, got another little maze there. Again with this one, same as the last one, it looks fairly complicated, but it's not. It's all one long twisty path leading from the exit, or from the entrance, I should say, to the exit. So the guests will just continue walking forward. They might stop, and their hat might magically disappear whilst they jump in the air, but they will just carry on walking forward because there's no choices that they have to make. If there were forks in the road and they had to make choices, then that's where they could get stuck and start complaining. But generally, it's fine. Only 25 guests to go then. Let's have a look at this guy with the green balloon. If he jumps, what happens with the balloon? Don't do it behind the flag. He seems pretty smart. He's finding his way. No issues at all. Balloon disappeared. And then he jumped. Okay. Bizarre. So obviously, there's only one sprite for the jump-in guests. Bit of a conga going on there. Guests wandering around in a straight line. So I'll tell you what, let's chuck some no entry signs down there. Oh, I'll tell you what, speaking of no entry signs, remember at the start I mentioned there was an issue with the guests. They were coming in one side and then turning around and going back the other way and doing that loads. So what I've done is I've just put no entry signs all the way up to force them to walk up. We're about to go 1,500 guests. We are going to complete the scenario, and we've done it. Stu! Fantastic. Yeah, so if I had realised this at the start, I think what I would have done is I would have deleted the paths, added a fence, and then rebuilt them. And maybe deleted the fence. I don't know. But as it was, I didn't want to take the risk of accidentally drowning any guests, so I just put the no entry signs along, and that just forces them to walk up and back as well. Got tons of staff. I've zoned them next to the areas where there's the most sick, so after the nauseous rides. Mechanics, only a couple of mechanics, because that doesn't really cause much of an issue. Got some security guards down as well, and an entertainer, just in case, because you need one of each. You need one of each staff type and a minimum of 20 staff in order to qualify for best staff award. After that, then it's a ratio of guests to staff. But yeah, we have done quite well with the awards so far. So this was Cliffside Castle. Hasn't been a bad scenario, to be honest. I am Stu. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.